So we know what works now. We saw it with our own two eyes, the transformations using wild medicine, reconnection to nature. What is the game changer when it comes to healing? Do you know? The human heart. The human heart sends the information out into the field and it attracts the information back. So this idea of love yourselves, is absolutely accurate. If we cannot stay in a loving state, and trust me, it ain't easy. What we need to do in the world right now, where there's chaos everywhere if you care to look, and we have to understand and know that. But in terms of how the resonance that comes from the heart, if you are putting out a coherent wave, then you send that information all through the body, and guess what happens?
You knew it.
Yes. Every cell in the body gets the information. Did you press go live?
I did.
Yeah, thank you. Every cell in the body gets the information, and every cell in the room gets the information. And coherence is just a coherent wave. There's different shapes of waves that we can have. And thanks to the incredible Joe Dispenza, and watching his new documentary 9 times, because, exactly, so far, this to me is a game changer for healing. It moves beyond everything else that we ever thought that we had to do and all the things that we don't want to give up. And it says, if you can stay in a state of coherence and feel that unconditional love, you're going to heal and you're going to affect your communities. Now, you know, Heal Scotland's mission, educate, inspire, support the people of Scotland and beyond, but particularly in our own country. We have one of the worst health pictures in the world, and that is something that we can change. Not a politician, not a doctor, not Big Pharma, us. I don't know if you've noticed, but nobody is coming to save us. This has got to be a groundswell for the people, by the people, with no agenda. The only agenda is that we love and we care for each other, and we have to create communities. So I could stay up here all day talking to you, but let me now hand over to John Angus, who has really been incredible for the Heal Scotland movement, and he's going to say a few words now before we're going to go into the breathing sessions.
Imposter syndrome o'clock. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm here having been told about Lilia. An angel came to my food truck 2.5 years ago and made me aware that something like Heal Scotland existed. And I obviously went and Googled it and read the website that day, and nothing has ever chimed with me like that did. And it was so exciting to finally find another person or people in Scotland who are thinking along the same kind of lines. And I guess I hadn't, other than putting myself in a food truck that had a bit of healthy food and drink in it, hadn't done much in terms of, you know, how can I tidy up the way I'm living day to day at all, really. Before that, I've been so busy like most of us are. And then about 2 years ago, I went to Tarbert to cook for Lilia at the first Heal Scotland festival down there. And it's really then that I started being around folks like yourselves who get it. And it's been a pleasure to be around that even more, and especially in January, February this year, just absorbing the information and the love and the desire and the will to change. I think one of the things that's chimed, it's taken me a wee while to figure out, you know, what Heal Scotland is, what it has been doing and what it can do. And I think, you know, one of the scary things is how much disconnect and disease there is clearly in our society, in our country. And it's like the Great Wall of China, putting the first bricks of that together, and, you know, how long is this going to take? But I think probably what chimes with me the most is how many folk I've seen at various things that have done a bit of the work, but then they go back into their environment and then they maybe start struggling a bit again because the environment in Scotland is so conducive of poor health. And that what we really need to be doing individually is being so much more aware of that and actually making these tiny little changes and being selfish about it and starting to worry about ourselves a bit more. And I've been as guilty as anyone of feeling a change myself and then trying to tell too many other people about it and actually wasting a bit of energy in doing that instead of refocusing on me and just becoming that tuning fork for others to then become curious about. And I feel like that's what the kind of Heal Scotland message needs to be, that for all of us, when we have a great weekend this weekend, to then go back to our communities and maybe lose a couple of things that haven't been serving us so well in the run up to this, and really just work on ourselves and treat ourselves so well. Because, you know, I think humans probably existed tens of thousands of years ago in a place where they were beautiful creatures and none of this victim perpetrator existed, and we all got on really well originally. And I think that's the destination that we should be heading towards. But we need to get our own shit together first before we try and influence too many others. And let's face it, a lot of folk just don't want to listen. So yeah, I believe I'm so excited myself. I'm treating myself of a business that I can really start to concentrate on the things that matter and that we know that are good for us now. And that's what I wish for everyone else here, is to start to take little snippets from this weekend, what you're hearing from all these amazing contributors that are going to be here, and start applying it to yourself and getting serious with it. And I know there's a good few folk in the room who have done that. But as soon as others see the changes within you, then they're just going to become curious and want to do it themselves. But we need to do the hard work ourselves. And so excited to be a part of a movement that's encouraging that and hopefully helping people along the way. And I guess this is something that we want to happen in other parts of Scotland as well. I just suggested to Lilia, why don't we come and have one in Skye? So if you come from a different part of the country and you want to see something like this be put on where you live, then let's just make it happen. And there's no doubt many amazing people in your communities who would love to have that on in your community. So let's just do it and not worry about the details and just make it happen. So thank you for coming and have a good one.
Yes, and it's so a heartfelt thanks to every single one of you that's shown up, for yourselves, and for all the presenters and teachers and leaders that are here and that have yet to arrive, that have supported this movement, which cannot happen. It's not, I can't do anything about it, but what we can do is we can rally the troops, and that's what this is about, rallying the troops. And we all know you go back into your old environment and things can slip, and that's why community is immunity. All of these things, take every bit of information you want from here and start it in your own community. That's how it has to be. Plant the seeds everywhere. And we've got an amazing lineup. Delighted to have Janice Klein from Nourished by Nature here. Janice creates an incredible group called the Wellness Hub, and you'll hear more from her later. An absolute powerhouse of information and passion. John's going to be doing his cooking lesson, and there's going to be a variety of amazing teachers. I don't want to start naming them in case I forget somebody. So we're going to breathe now. We're going to do the signature Heal Scotland signature breath work. It's called Sook Sook Blow. No, it's not rude. So if you want to get yourselves down on the floor, and I'm excited and delighted to have the big drum here. So I just want to warn you that this breath work is very powerful. And if you start to feel a bit strange, take your foot off the gas. It's your body. You're a big grown-up human. If it's too powerful, then ease off. But I invite you to gear it loudly. Magic. Thanks, Andy.